we could talk for a long time about the book, and I was rooting for you and your mother through the book for there to be a reconciliation. And there isn't really, I don't want to give too much away, but there's not really a fairy tale ending, let's say. Or at least there hasn't been yet.
There often aren't fairy tale endings in life either. And I think that is the gift of the book, that it's okay. I'm okay in not having that fairy tale ending. And even if, I'm still pained by it, that's okay. Because I'm still living, I'm still healthy, I still have loved ones, I still, enjoy an incredible life. I mean, there's nothing sad about my story.
In the very early pages of it, you refer to the desire to be whole. And that seems to be a desire that was, for quite a few years, thwarted by the pains or the wounds from
or the not knowing,
or the not
knowing the truth. And part of the gift my father gave me when he said go find her was permission for me to go and get the other side of my story. And not until I wrote the book did I realize I didn't really get his side. He never talked about it, but in getting her side, she talked about it in a way that I believe her side of the story, because she wasn't necessarily even forgiving of herself in telling it. It just was what it was, and I have a better understanding of my origin based on that. So I thank her for that. But when it comes to, my own history, I didn't live my parents' history. What
do you mean by that?
Well, I didn't live in the moments that created me. Right. That is their story. I can only piece it together. So I truly don't know what was fact, what was, I don't know if I told it accurately, because it's still very one-sided. I don't know. Her truth, is her truth.
One thing that you don't mention, even amongst all the very personal things in the book, is something that I'm curious about. Is it written with any lingering hope that its publication would encourage her to get back in touch?
Perhaps. I have to be honest about that. Perhaps. I do concede that maybe there was a lingering hope for that. I don't know if I expect it. I might hope for it. I'm not sure I expect it.